Greetings, greetings, greetings. So my video, I think it had cut out, but I don't care. Let me see. Does it really matter, the lighting? No. Yay? Nay? I don't think that really matters. So I was telling you about this gift, like the sword that I was gifted by my grandfather. So, yeah, let me sit back in this chair. So yeah, this is something I was gifted by my grandfather. And then I realized, like, a lot of stuff we just don't get out of, no reason. So, like I said, this, as you can see, like, I know it's made out of brass, and then the engravings, whatever you call it, it's Arabic, or, yeah. And then this actually was made, I know that lighting, it was made in India. So a lot of stuff that people, if you do not know that, a lot of places, which I do feel, how can I say, knowing that this is the writings is Arabic, which is also connected to, in a lot of countries or places, Arabic will probably be some type of connection to like Muslim or people of that, I would say, like religion, whatever beliefs. This is why, like, I am such a freaking, like, when I'm researching or doing something, like, I am really, like, going deep, like, for real. Like, I really go deep into a lot of, like, learning about different cultures, learning about different spiritual practices or beliefs, or being open to the knowledge of other cultures. I do know around the world, especially meeting people of that are from India, and then they are really called Indians because they're from India. So it's so interesting how things have came to be, or now the unlearning and relearning of so many things. And it's so, to me, it's so fun to learn about these things, man. Like, let me tell you, everyone's going through something right now, and it's like, it's truly what you make out of it, wherever you are. Let me express to you, wherever you are, it's truly what you really make out of wherever you are in that moment, and then having gratitude. There's so many things. Let me tell you, it ain't even where I could have been. It's not where I'm at, and then learning to appreciate it. I know you see a lot of symbolism. I love showing this background here. This is like a Dogon symbol. You see a lot of stuff like the horseshoe protection, a lot of stuff. Since while I'm talking about this, oh, great grab. Let me speak to you about what's on this wall that I actually put here. Because I know people are like, what the? So, since I'm talking about like my lovely journey, or spiritual journey, and those that probably like, what do you believe in? What do you do? Look, I just be. But this right here, as you can see, this is unity in the cup, wealth in the cup, love in the cup. I saw this image here, and it's like a container baby. So as you can see from up there are like the hands that are pouring into this baby. So it's like, what are we, it's like the mindfulness and the awareness of like, what are we pouring into ourselves? What are we pouring into our kids? What are we pouring into each other? And so that awareness right there, as I progress and learn upon my journey, it's like, what am I pouring into myself and also others? That is also peace. So I don't know if the video is going to show the opposite of that. These are like ancient symbols and so forth. That was here when I arrived here. I forgot the name of that. That's like and up top is the it's a, what is it? It's a temple somewhere. I feel like in Mongolia or somewhere. But a lot of these are like, you'll see a lot of angel numbers. You'll just see like the wings, a lot of stuff, symbolism of protection. So it's just like a spiritual awareness, the yin and yang, the elephant, Hinduism. You know, I know people, man, trust me, I'm far from confusing. It's more of a deep acceptance when learning. Like, this is no coincidence that this man gave this to my grandfather. And then by him not knowing or having knowledge of certain things, then it being passed to me, I know by the lion that's on this head, or the symbolism of this is a king sword. Just by how it is made. And so, and then I was like, yo, look how old, and you can even smell the brass, like touching it, you can smell, like, you can look at it, like you can even see like the corrosion or the aging on it. So, man, let me tell you so much about myself, man, or just becoming and the becoming of who I am. It's like, do you really have an identity? It's like, you're so, man, it's like at the same time, it seems like an atom or like a speck in the universe, but at the same time so expansive. This is what my art consists of. It's not just art, it's like a masterpiece. As I am, I'm a masterpiece trying to master peace. Okay, so that being said, it's like, that's what my art, as an artist or a creator, co-creator, it reflects back to you what within. And this is what I feel a lot of artists do not say without saying it, because we really don't have to say much verbally. It's our art. And so, but it's that deep acceptance with anyone. We all are artists in our own way. But upon my journey, I've learned that is ever changing. Just as the seasons, just as people, just as everything, we are always ever changing. I was getting clarity on something, and it's like, it was so deep, man. It really helped me let go of the ego mindset and to be more in love and surrendering to the love and this journey. I overheard a sister watching her YouTube, and she was speaking about how she was speaking about how our parents are our kids. I was like, what? But in a way, I can see, like, upon my journey, how that can be, and I'll give you my perception on it. I really felt like, yo, I can see how, as a child, we're teaching our parents what it is to be guardians and to is pretty much reshaping their whole life and their whole perception on life. Not to say all will, but speaking for me, I know that it has changed everything. And so then, even as I age, I realize that this is the body that I will have for this lifetime. So, being that, I see the mother or father aging, I'm like, okay, eventually, as they took care of us, we have to take care of them. So I'm like, okay, so if our parents are our kids, I can see that the perception or the imagery in a way of like how they took care of us, we take care of them. And then when another child comes along, like a grandchild, when we create children, then I can see how they too are like teaching us parental, or teaching us what it is to be and how to be. And I'm like sitting here like, yo, is this what this whole journey has always been about? And now I see like even the Lion King, the lion mentioning like the fact of how we are all a part of a circle of life. Meaning that even the same things we eat, whatever people do, however they do, we will return to that same dirt. So it's like now I see why in other countries it's everyone lives how they're supposed to be living. Everything is happening as it is. So when people are in other countries, and I'm always constantly like learning about so many other cultures, like knowing that I'm going to travel there, know I'm going to be there, just to be a part of that experience because I know it would change my perception on what life is. And then when we go and learn about these things, as does everything, it will change our whole perception on how we not only view ourselves, but how we view others, how we view the world. Just imagine how people have just been in certain places and how fear has been keeping people in places. And that fear keeps them stagnant, but they don't even realize that they're never stagnant. Their energy. Everything is always changing, even when they're still in the same place. So, that being said, it's like, look at a child. It's like this energy, they're a ball of energy because that's what they are. And so they're always learning and receiving energy just as we are. We never stop learning and receiving and unlearning and relearning and reteaching, learning through life, learning through each other. So I'm like, yo, that's it. That's where this is where we find peace in how we are and who we are, and realizing that we are all a part of a circle of life. Even when something is ending, something is beginning. Even when a life has moved on and transitioning, someone is coming in. Like, this is the freaking beauty of it all, man. This is why we're supposed to be having fun and not getting caught up in a distraction of like, oh, I'm just supposed to be doing this 9 to 5, and knowing that's not where your passion or what you love to do. It's not to change who you are, but change is inevitable. Change is always happening, even around you, even when we're not aware of it, it's always happening. Our bodies are changing. Our mind, our spirits, everything is changing. Everything. No one is the same way you left them. Even a child, even us. So I can see how when the sister like said like your karma, this whole perception on karma being something bad or evil or whatever. No. Karma is lessons. Meaning that she mentioned something. She said you are a parent to your mother. I mean, you are a parent to your mother, meaning your mother, your kids are your mother. I mean, your parents are your kids. And I'm like, She was like, but it's showing you who you were, how you were a parent in another lifetime before this one. So now when you are a parent and become a parent, that by your mother or father being your kids, is showing one how to learn whatever lessons or healing or whatever traumatic experience to heal and to learn through, so that when one becomes a parent or a guardian, those lessons that were obtained and learned, you find peace in it. And then when you're moving forward and progress in life, those lessons, you release those burdens, leave behind those burdens that aren't your mothers or fathers or whomever. And then you're releasing that, and then carrying with yourself that peace, that harmony, that bliss into another seed, which would have you co-create, or you're creating another child. Or even if, let's say, people adopt a child, but it's like past, present, and future. I'm like, yo, and it's like a role reversal, because we were once a child, and then we will be in this middle age, whatever it is, 30s, 40s, 50s, and then we will become an elder. And so it's like now I'm at a place where I'm seeing like, yo, this is this, and it's beautiful, because a part of me still knows that I am still a child, and then a part of me knowing that I will become an elder. But in a way, it really isn't an age gap. There's no such thing, because we're all connected. And so that being said, it's that, and this is the purpose of when people want to speak about spirituality. Spirituality is in the sense of how we're all connected spiritually, through something or someone, whether it be through a bloodline, whether it be through we speak about the stars, astrology, energy, cultures. In some way, we are all connected. And see, this is what when we speak about why you see people push unity, because you and I, you and I. And so, even though the world in these moments we're living in, you have so much it seems like darkness going on, but there are those that are working towards the light. And that light always will shine. The light will always make way. The darkness makes way for the light, as does the light has to shine on the darkness for us to see these moments. Just imagine people that maybe doesn't have the best eyesight, but all of their other senses are heightened or powerful. That still doesn't make them unaware that they are connected to us. So the beauty of this journey is showing us the oneness in who we are, not only with ourselves, but in humanity. And see, when a child or infant is brought into this world, all of those things are brushed to the side that we feel that are burdensome. And some children didn't come into this world like that. I'm not gonna make it seem like everything is all fucking beautiful and bliss, but it can be. And that's because we don't choose to give up. And that's what's happening and unfolding and unraveling before us, is that those that are genuine and have a heart, and knowing that, through love is the way, and it's truly about making this journey fun in whatever way possible. Being authentic, like truthfully. Like, growing up, I'll speak on myself, growing up in the church, it's not an attack on the church, it's not an attack on anything religious or any beliefs people have. It's how, like, growing up, how I see a lot of constraints and then the illusion of control that religion has had on a particular people or a particular culture or a particular race or background of people. Now, to some, when you come into your own journey, just know that it's you that makes peace. No one else is going to understand that journey But you, I love this. Oh shit. But you and that connection that you have to source, meaning something that's higher. Notice that these hands that are pouring into me, it's like no one else is going to understand what it is that I and the creator. I'm a co-creator, but the creator or source knows to the depths of what it is that I'm here to do. And so this is what I feel like the whole concept about like the illusion of control. No one, man or anyone, has really never been in control of what. Truthfully, it's like our lesson. I feel like karma is the greatest lesson, or beauty, and or reflection of what we're going through inwardly, is teaching us how to respond to what we have, what we are giving out energetically. Um, and that talks about like this, the yin and yang, the darkness. And as you can see, I'm gonna show you something about the yin and yang. You see the darkness, the yin and the yang. It's like in that darkness is still the light, and then in that's supposed to be a dot, but in that white part it's supposed to be a dot. It's like intertwined. And so it's like we're learning the shadow aspect or the dark aspect of ourselves at the same moment, wanting to be this light being. So that's the first, I feel like, the acknowledgement is that it's so easy for us to judge and have a perception on anyone when we haven't looked at ourselves, when we haven't really looked at our own darkness, man. And so it's much more deeper. It's when one chooses to acknowledge that the peace and the love and the tranquility and and all of what is unfolding has always been within the God, some may say, or the source, or everything has always been within you. And you look at kids now, it's like some people like, oh, you can. I'm telling you, you can have people look at this and say, oh, he's a part of some type of a cult. Is he crazy? They're gonna call you crazy. Oh my gosh, is he out of his mind? And then they see something like, you said what? He's what? Yep, you see that? Yep, that's him right there, holding on to love through this fucking crazy, dark world that I chose to bring my light in, that I was chosen to bring my light in. So they can gonna call you whatever, but you become untouchable and immovable when you know that there's something greater than just something you can't even put into words. You know you're part of something greater. And that's why you got to keep laughing, keep breathing, keep loving anyway. Never stop. I didn't even want to do a lot of things today, but sometimes it's peace and just being still. It's peace and just, it's a simple accomplishment just by getting up. Some people gave up, but you didn't. Yo, it's simple. It's the simple things. It's the simple things. It's just getting up, brushing your teeth. That's an accomplishment. It's the simple things by just breathing. It's a simple thing just by, going to the park. That's fine. It's just overheated. It's the simple things as such like that. Need I remind you? It's the simple things like that we overlook. Not even in a day. It's the simple things we overlook just in that mere moment. It's the simple things. It's the simple things. It's the simple things. It's the simple things. It's so, truthfully, when we start to just sit there and learn, it's so much that you can not only hear in silence. And the meditation, you can meditate and walk. You can meditate. Meditation is not something that it's like you got to go so deep and go, no. You can meditate and breathe just by simply being aware that you're here and you're now, and everything is now. Everything is happening now. Okay? Now. Not there, then now. What if I told you that your past didn't exist unless you acknowledged it? As much as we want the past to exist. What if I say the future didn't exist? What if I say you're creating the future now? It's like this is a future video. Then at the same time, it's going to be a past video after I upload it. Then after that, it's just something. It's something so simple, man. This world needs you. It needs us. I'm telling you, it needs you. But look, you gotta, like, the more we start diving deep into our darkness and our shadow, we'll learn more how innocent we should be. We start learning to the depths of, like, our like, why am I taking this so serious? I feel like that's what it is with some people. Why are you so serious, B? Why are you so serious? Why are you taking life so serious? You cannot take anything with you. Enjoy this. Enjoy it. Embrace it. A lot of which has to do with a lot of us wasn't embraced as children. A lot of us, our mothers, our parents, a lot of people wasn't embraced. Now I can see how in a sense they can be our kids because we're a guiding light for them. So it's like we're showing them in a way what it is, what a so-called adulting and all these titles, which means nothing. It's just like we're all being a guiding light for each other. Even when people are not behaving or doing what we feel they should do in the best way, guess what? That still shouldn't teach us from being loving, from loving on ourselves, being kind, or just to embrace. It just teaches us something that we need to learn about ourselves. You know, how dare we try to tell a child who to be and how to be, what to be? Why? Because we learned that from who? Some people didn't even have parents. They had a TV or they had other things that guided them or that was their parents. Some people, we have so much to be grateful for. Some people don't even have these things in their life, and yet they still are resilient. So come on, y'all. Just don't give up. This is your legacy. Certain moments I'll be like, yo, what am I going to do next? And there it is. What if I told you that really being nothing, doing nothing is being everything, doing everything? Stop for once taking life as if no one cares. And that means like stop doing so much to where you feel like if you do not accomplish this whatever, this goal that you've set, that you won't be cared for or acknowledged. Because notice, J. Cole said something in his song. He said, you never change the world, while you're here is what I've been told. And I can see the analogy in that. It's like, you're not going to change the world while you're here until you change your world. When you change your world, we all have a ripple effect on everything. So when you walk away when we do something that we start turning inward and loving ourselves and doing what we do, what we love to do with that passion will fuel compassion. It will trickle down, and it's like you gotta be the change. Even when others feel like you should be doing something, do nothing. If you want to lay around all day, hey, I encourage people. It's just like a little. I look at little kids, man. That's why I get so like in awe with children and kids, man. And the truth of it is that I preferably. It's not that I wouldn't want to be around. It's not even. I don't care about the title adult. It's just the ego. It's the ego in being around adults that are egotistical. It still teaches me something. But when you see a child or innocent child, you can acknowledge there is no ego. Because that love is vibrating so highly. So it's like, that's the energy that they're in. Has nothing to do with what they look like, what culture, anything. It's like you can see the energy. You can feel it. And as much as you want to cringe, unless you some wicked, soulless, whatever it is, individual, and for that not to have some type of effect, like, I feel that's what's really the matter with the world right now. What's going on? Everyone, well, not everyone. The world is truly being divided. And I'll say this, what is being divided with is that the lower frequencies or lower vibrations are attached to everything but everything that's not truly of the divine or the light, which we truly find within ourselves in church. You see the attachment to so much of the material, or the attachment to it's so many things. I say material things because that's my perception, because it's truly like, if anything I've learned through this, is not to be hoarding or hold on to a lot of stuff, because nothing is going back to the same. And for me, less is better in a sense, because I'm able to shift and move freely and go as I please, like I want to. Because I know things are changing. I know the weather, the everything in this world is changing. People are moving. Things are shifting. And so it's like preparation for the purpose at hand. In the higher frequencies, the higher the new world, the things that are happening, and those that are aware, is that for people to live in harmony and bliss with each other, as do what you see with kids and children. So now I see the importance of like standing in your power, standing in your truth. Because if we don't stand in our truth now, then what do the kids or the parents, the future parents, in a way, yes, the future grandparents and elders, what would they have to rely on if we don't fight for this shit? Or we don't, fight for living our truth and authenticity. So if you ever wonder why I do what I do and have no fear, and those that know me, that have been around me, know that wherever I go, whatever I do, I don't really have to speak about it. But I stand on and live my words aligning with my actions. Have they always? No. But that's the process of learning oneself to align oneself with the creator and source. And that's aligning my darkness and accepting my darkness with my light. And I realize that some want to stay in the dark. Some choose the light, but refuse to accept that dark. But those that know the spiritual journey know that the shit wasn't always easy. It didn't always, you go through some shaking up. You go through some shit that you would question your beliefs on everything. You would question those that are pure. You would question everything. But the peace that comes with the journey is something that cannot be valued in anything external, because that everything that external is going to wither away. It's going to someday change. And see, this is why I'm like, yo, I'm grateful for everything, everyone. And this is why, like, it's the gratitude in that. Even as a kid, like, I feel that's what a lot of us had gotten away from, is the gratitude in the simple things. Like just appreciating receiving something and not being on a holiday. Something being as grateful as going out to be able to go after school or whatever it is. Something simple is like riding my bike, doing like, and that's thank you, Spirit, gratitude. That's what it is. Find joy. Joy has always been there, but find joy and peace in the things that we feel that were stripped away, whether it be from school, parent, whatever it is in our life. It's not to point the finger of blame, but those things that we felt that were overlooked, brushed up under the rug, or snatched away from us in childhood. And now you see those very things right now will fight to be acknowledged. Whether it be the love, whether it be the acceptance, whether it be, just simple things that we can enjoy now with ourselves and others. Going on a bike ride with people, walking together, breathing together, playing together. There has to be balance. Balance has been restored. And so we have to remember that through all these moments. Find the same gratitude and joy we had in our childhood. It hasn't went anywhere. It's just resurfacing through the dark moments. That's what's happening. It's resurfacing, in as much as we want to hold on to those what may seem the dark moments in our life. It's just as much as we need to grasp and acknowledge the light that